Yep. Hudson Clement. Is he a star or just a walk-on? Been a lot of questions about him. And some ideas came to mind, which does actually happen from time to time. Whether they're good ideas or not, I thought I'd talk about them today. So this is WVU Football Going Deep. I am Forrest Poston. Boy, as the saying goes, for better or worse. And I am even scruffier than usual, and the desk is messier than usual. We are still working with Bob. If you hear a strange noise in the background, that is Bob licking the inside of his cone. We'll make do. As usual, please subscribe, share, click the thumbs up, click the notification bell, make comments, tell your friends, and then go back and share again. All right, Hudson Clement. When Clement first had his breakout game against Duquesne and got his scholarship, a lot of people was like, well, why was he a walk-on to start with? Then the flip side of that you get is, no matter how long it's been since somebody was a walk-on and got their scholarship and what they've done, it seems there are some people out there who figure they can't really be good because, well, they were a walk-on. And I gotta say, reading the discussion boards really has to be a serious indicator of masochism. Paying to get more information on the discussion boards, that may be a serious problem. But every now and then it does produce something of particular interest eventually. And that's the case with Clement. Because I think maybe the question of why he was a walk-on may have been answered if you put several of the pieces together. To start with, if you look in high school, he had speed. Yes. He is fast. That's one of the questions. See it time and time and time again. Even saw it today on the discussion board on 24/7. Wondering whether or not Clement was fast enough to be a kick returner. And coaches said last year, we didn't talk about his speed that much his freshman year. He said, he's doing well. He'll probably, play eventually. But they didn't talk a whole lot about his details. Last year, they did mention he was the second fastest receiver in the room. And that room included E.J. Horton. They said he was just behind Horton. So we're talking sub 4.4 speed, and maybe we're talking 4.3 in that area, and that'll get you where you're going, and it'll get you there before most other people. So Hudson Clement, he may not look fast in street clothes, but he is fast. That actually could be a problem. You see him walking around, he doesn't look like a guy who would be fast. Looks are deceiving. We're supposed to remember that. But in high school, he had speed, he had good hands, and he had a good work ethic. So, why wasn't that enough for a scholarship? And Coach Brown has said that quite often with a lot of the walk-ons, it's some little uncertainty. One thing maybe that you're just not convinced. You don't know if it's going to work out or not. Now, one flaw he had was blocking. And as a freshman and the beginning of his redshirt freshman year, he still was not a good blocker. And it really seems to be after the Duquesne game when he started realizing that blocking was the key to how much he played. And he turned his attention to it, and when he turns his attention to something, he tends to do well. He works hard. So he became a better blocker. He played more. When he got, caught passes, he had a way of getting extra yards. I mean, the touchdown that briefly put us ahead in the Houston game was a marvelous run after catch. And Drew Fabianich has said that Clement has a knack for getting separation. But last year it didn't seem like he got separation all the time. So how do you have a knack and not get separation? Well, that, Coach Marshall, one of the things he was talking about in this week's press conference was the need for strength in order to get separation, getting off the line. You can have the moves, but if the defensive back is enough stronger than you to manhandle you, you're not going to get off the line. You're not going to get the separation you need. Okay, that can be fixed with time. If somebody has a good work ethic, they're going to get stronger. So that wasn't the reason for not getting a scholarship, but it does bode well for this season if all indications are he has fixed or improved the strength problem. But Coach Marshall also mentioned that last year he called Clement crazy legs because sometimes he just seemed to be all over the place, did not have the body control that he needed. I mentioned it, when I was talking about that press conference. Sometimes people are gawky at a certain stage. He's at an age. Some people are past it by then. Some people aren't. And it's something you can't necessarily predict. Will they work through it? When will they work through it? And what will it be like on the other side? Just because he becomes a little more controlled doesn't necessarily mean that he will really develop the control and maintain everything else to become a great receiver. Now, I think that was probably the issue. Crazy Legs Clement wouldn't get a scholarship. Got the walk-on offer, showed enough to get playing time, and even as Crazy Legs, he did some very good things. Had a little bit of injury trouble, which cut production. People tend to forget that. But if he has come through that stage, and we're not going to get some growth spurt that throws things out of whack, then, and I think you should, Now, some player that one of the coaches said, is he a star? No. But he will be. That might have been Clement. If it wasn't, you can say the same thing about him. He was one of the top receivers last year, but not enough to call him a star. Will he take the step into stardom this season? It is definitely possible. If he has not only improved the predictable things like weight and strength, and learning more about, the offense, but has outgrown Crazy Legs. I know Controlled Legs Clement doesn't sound as good, but it's what you'd rather have. And probably Crazy Legs Clement is lots of fun to say, but we probably shouldn't tag him with that. Although it occurs to me there have been some great football players with that nickname. I can't remember which ones. But I think that might be the reason Clement was a walk-on and has outgrown not just Crazy Legs, but walk-on status. I do think he will, he'll surprise some people. Now, I don't think the coaches are going to be among those people. I think they know what they've got. And some of us out here believe in him. I mean, he's got a fan base all of his own. But maybe after this year, people will stop saying, is he fast? Can he catch? Can he get open? Oh, he was a walk-on. Well, he walked on, but he's running now. And he's going to do a lot of good things. All right. I got to spend some time with Bob. He got a little bit of food on the inside of that cone. That's, I think, why he's licking it, but maybe we need to give him a break. So I'll be committing masochism, reading the discussion board, see if I can come up with more to talk about. In the meantime, I'm still Forrest Poston, and I will talk to you later. So long.